This may not be the video that goes viral on my channel here, but it may be one of the most valuable ones that could change your life if you actually pay attention to it. Because when I was just 17 years old, I made six figures, but I nearly lost it all shortly after. And it took me years to figure out why that happened. But I mean, once I did, nothing has been the same since. My life has changed completely. And I want to share what it is that happened and what it is that I learned in hopes that it can help you watching this video right now, or at least one person watching it. So if you don't know me and you're new to the channel here and somehow this is the video you're finding, my name is Tanner Planis. I'm a 22-year-old e-commerce brand owner since 2017. We've grown brands to a few $1 million in sales and are continuing to scale, and even more specifically right now with digital products. Now, business is a big part of this because I stopped going to high school to focus on making money on the internet, to focus on business, and I promised myself at a very young age that I would never work a normal job, and I never have. So losing nearly all of that money was a big wake-up call, like, holy crap, I'm in too deep. Like, I can't turn around, I can't give up on this, I can't go get a job. Like, I'm way too deep into this. I need to figure this out. So from that point, it took me a little bit to get out of it. And I mean, one of the things that instantly helped me, when I say instant, it was like the next step. So like I was losing this money, I was in a very dark place. And within about 7 months or so, I just switched up my environment. That was a big thing because I was living in my own apartment, but still in an area that I grew up in. So what I did was moved across the country to a place surrounded by people that were doing much better than me, in a much better environment, new people, new places, new things to do. And in return, that first month of being there, I was able to make more money in my business than I had in the previous 3-4 months combined. So changing your environment is a big one, but that's not the key lesson that really showed up into my life and proved to me that this is what was really happening. So essentially what it is, let's just go ahead and get into it here, is that I had a lack of awareness and too much ego. That's exactly what it was. So having that lack of awareness of knowing really what's right and wrong, or why what's happening is happening, kind of destroyed me with the combination of too big of an ego. I felt like trial and error is the best way to go for every single thing I'm doing. When in reality, why? Why would I do that when I can just kind of, decrease my ego a little bit and take the time to, learn from people that have done what I'm trying to do, to seek out advice from people that I value their opinion from. But no, trial and error, baby, trial and error. And this goes for anything in life. If I want to get in shape and I don't know anybody that's in shape, well, one, I'm around the wrong people, but two, I'm going to go to the gym and ask someone that looks like they're in shape for their advice. Most times they're going to be more than happy to help you out. Same thing in business. If you show someone, even if it's on the internet, that you're putting in the effort yourself to try and make something work and you have a specific question, they're going to be much more likely to help you than if you just message them and say, hey, I'm in a dark place. Can you please help me, bro? If you can show that you are trying to help yourself, then you're going to be much more willing to get help from the person that you are reaching out to. And this was a big thing that took me years to really grasp. Like, it's easy to think about and know that lowering your ego, being open to change, you don't know what you don't know. And then increasing my awareness to know really what's right and wrong. If I look in the mirror and I know that it looks like I'm overweight or that I need to work on a certain area, okay, I know that. But then it's okay, do I actually have the ego to listen to my own subconscious mind and take the next steps? And even in business, I see a lot of people will just seek validation when they're just starting out. I was on Instagram Live the other day. This guy says, yo, what's up, Tanner? I'm trying to start my digital product store. Can you help me? I'm like, what do you mean, can you help me? You're obviously on this page. You found my content from somewhere. We have these free tutorials and free stuff everywhere. What do you mean you need help? They just want some type of validation. And maybe that's you. You're just looking for someone to just say, you can do it. But really, you're going to build the most conviction in doing the actions yourself. So I always tell people when they're first starting, let's say, for example, in digital dropshipping, starting it out, it's going to be a little bit of a hustle. But once you make that first sale, there's a psychological thing that happens that okay, this can actually work. Even though one sale, let's say you make $30, that's not going to change your life. But that feeling and seeing that it has potential and can actually work will change your life, because now you're going all in. This can work. And we've seen that time over time inside of our communities with people doing this for themselves. Now, if I would have known and had the humility to figure out how to increase my awareness and how to decrease my ego when I was first making that money, I would have been much further. Now, it's irrelevant at this point. The past is the past. You can't change it. Why would I even think about it or, put it on a pedestal when I'm in the present now? I've learned this lesson. Someone's calling me. And now I can share it here on my channel, and hopefully it can help some person listening here. And it's easy to listen to this video, to think about it, but it's a whole other thing to really live this life with a purpose of awareness and a decrease in ego. And, I think the biggest thing looking back is I was just making money. And when I wanted to make money for a few reasons. Originally, my motives were purely materialistic. So once I achieved these materialistic things, it's like, why am I actually doing this? I'm making money. Why? What's the point? And it took a while to figure out what I really wanted to do and what my true motives were. But once I figured that out, I essentially started from the core. I started focusing on my health, losing weight. It's taken me 2 years to get to where I am now, which has been a drastic change. If you look at any of my older videos, or if you keep up with me on social media, on my Instagram, whatever, the big difference. And what I've seen is that, okay, losing over 50 pounds is one thing, but that's 10x my income over the last year just alone. And everybody's in a different situation. Not everybody needs to lose 50 pounds, but not everybody has healthy habits. Paying attention to what you put into your body, what you put into your mind, what you're listening to. Are you just always listening to trap, rap, hardcore music talking about negative things to use as sources of motivation? Or are you also sometimes listening to things informational, like podcasts about certain topics from people maybe that you like to listen to on YouTube or whatever? For me, I love to listen to Andy Frisella's podcast, Ed Milet, Patrick Bet-David, people like those who are very successful in their own respects and have value to share through what they're doing. And if I'm trying to learn a new subject, I'm going to find people on social media and learn from their free content if they have it. And if I feel like I connect with them, then I will figure out any way that I can to invest my own money to learn whatever that skill set is that they have that I want to become an expert at or crush, whatever that topic may be. Because what's the purpose of having money if the dollars aren't actually doing anything? If the dollars have no utility, they're not being used for anything, they're just sitting and losing value. So that's where I like to make sure that I'm actually being willing to spend money on things that are going to help me. For example, just the other day, I sent someone almost $10,000 for a few one-on-one calls. And simple. There's more to it, but it's a coaching program from someone who's done what I'm trying to do, who's doing things that I want to do, and can provide me value. Even if I don't know exactly what it is that I'm going to get from this person, I know that I'm going to get far more out of that nearly $10,000 I sent than if I was to put that money, let's say, into a stock account to gain a couple percent a year. Why would I do that when right now in the position I'm in as a younger business owner just trying to scale active cash flow, active income? Why would I not put those funds towards a resource that will help me shortcut what I'm trying to do inside of my business to learn something that if it can just save me, if this nearly $10,000 can just save me from making one mistake that maybe costs nearly $10,000, then it's worth it. Or if I can get one piece of information or one strategy that really gets my mind going and allows for me to make millions down the line, it pays itself forever. And that's just kind of gotten to a point now where I have this level of awareness, physically, emotionally, and the way I'm feeling, the way I'm talking to someone. I can know if for whatever reason, I'm kind of in a certain mood or whatever, and I'm meeting up with someone, I can tell that I'm kind of maybe a little standoffishy, like not my true open heart self, then I might remove myself from the situation because I don't want to be around that. Take myself away from the situation, take some breaths, think about why I'm feeling a certain way. Emotions are normal. I never try to just completely push away emotions or make them disappear. Anytime I have a certain emotion or a certain feeling in my mind, or if I'm feeling negative, then I'll just go into a creative outlet and figure out why that is, whether that's drawing, whether that's music, whether that's writing. Usually following some type of creative outlet will allow for me to realize, okay, I don't even know why I was thinking this in the first place. This is completely irrelevant. I have so much opportunity. I have so much happening right now in my life. Why would I let this consume my mind? When you just take emotions and you try to just completely shove them out or completely compress and hide them, that's when issues start to arise, because you can only do that for so long compared to when you feel a certain way, addressing it yourself. Why do I feel this way? Okay, is that a logical standpoint? Yes. Okay, well, I'm going to decide that I'm only going to be feeling this way for 10 more minutes. No? Okay, then why am I thinking of this in the first place? It doesn't matter. Moving on. And these are just a couple of the things that have helped me a ton in this last year. And I hope that, I know this video is kind of all over the place, but the awareness and the ego are the two main things here that have allowed for me to really transform my life and my relationships and my business and just make life better. I get to wake up every day excited to work on something, and that to me is a blessing. We're changing lives as well and helping people create income online and transform their bodies and become better people. And for me, my ultimate goal here on earth as a human is just to leave an everlasting positive ripple effect. If I can do that, then I'm happy. I've won. But I just truly enjoy right now the passion, like the projects I'm working on, the mission that I'm following. I don't necessarily just think of an end outcome. Numbers on a screen don't sway my emotions anymore. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, I'm a bit numb to it. But what I do get to enjoy, and what the true blessing is being able to wake up and work on my projects every single day. That's why you hear a lot of very, very successful people. Like I was just listening to a podcast with Andy Frisell and Eric Spofford. Spofford talks about he sold his company for 9 figures, and he just kind of was living life for a few months after, whatever it was. He bought a jet, yacht, partying, doing his thing, and how it just got old so quick, which is why I really enjoy right now just being in the business, being active, and that's what I'm going to continue to do for the foreseeable future.